You bought a McLaren 620R from Snapchat funds from a week.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So
So
56,000, how many days?
like 4 or 5 days. It's like 10 grand a night.
If you take one thing from this podcast, trade in that shitbox for a 458 Spider, I promise you'll come kiss my feet after that. Just go drive one.
It sucks in some ways that a lot of people don't know about it, but it's also cool in the fact of like it's unique and special and different. So.
And people that know.
Yeah, and that's cool too. I bought 10 houses.
Bachelor party homes.
What?
Bachelor party homes.
Yeah. So I started.
I probably stayed at your house
I started and
a
bought.
couple months ago.
I want to put Austin stuff on my Urus and make that really loud.
Make the Urus like ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about ridiculous, but I want it to be loud because I've heard ridiculous before, and it's really ridiculous.
So what's stopping you from going in between ridiculous and, I guess, loud? You scared?
No, I just don't want to be obnoxious. I just don't want to be like.
Isn't that what the valve is for?
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
the part of Valvetronic?
Yeah.
Halfway the point.
You can be obnoxious when you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes being obnoxious is kind of fun.
No, I enjoy it, but not like in a Urus. I feel like I'll do it in like a 620R. I'll do it in a Aventador. I'll do it in something that's like actually cool.
Right.
But I feel like a Urus, like you drive around looking like you rented the car and like you're just trying to show off for the
Isn't it
weekend.
terrible that's the stigma with that car? That you can't have one.
Yeah.
Just be like,
Well, especially if you look like this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What's wrong with this look?
Young.
Yeah.
Young in LA, driving a
It's
Urus.
true.
The only way it could be worse is if we were in Miami.
No,
That's
I have the car in Miami.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. So it's as bad as it gets.
Exactly.
So what's the collection right now?
Young white dude driving a Urus around Miami.
Yeah.
It's yours.
And you got me. You go. I got a McLaren back. I got a McLaren in LA. Don't worry about it.
So then you get out and you're like, no, it's mine, I
Yeah,
promise.
it's mine, I
And they're like,
promise.
sure,
I swear
sure.
to God.
I swear I saw that MPH club last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna like wrap it and do wheels and stuff like that and try to make it not look like a rental.
Yeah, that's absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
What does it look like now?
Pretty stock. Black, stock wheels, sport, Lamborghini Sport exhaust, which is like no different.
So like stocking.
Red stitch interior. It's like pretty basic, but I like
Stock
it.
is stock and beat.
Yeah. I've had it for like 3 years, so
So you go back and forth from here in Miami?
yeah. I live part-time in Miami.
Dude, you're living the
6 months and 1 day of the year?
Yeah.
Dude, Ken, I will tell you, you're living my literal dream right now. Like,
Thanks.
I'm not even kidding you. Like being split time between LA and Miami might be like and like that's my end goal.
You may not be
Yeah.
that far away.
I don't think so. I hope the guy went on that far.
It's I like it.
Why Miami?
It feels like a tropical LA. A lot of young people.
Yeah.
And it's like New York, LA, or Miami is like the places you want to be.
Mhm.
As a
And
younger
New York ain't where you wanna be,
entrepreneur,
right?
grinding, like working, like New York, LA, and Miami.
The
And
hustle.
I didn't want to do New York, and I had a couple friends in Miami, and I like the weather there, and that's why.
Split time?
Yeah, I used to hate it there actually. Like growing up, I always hated Florida and like
Because what, the humidity?
yeah,
You're
just like the
shit.
stigma of like Florida and stuff. But
And you grew up
Miami.
Like, okay, this
Yeah.
is kind of lit.
yeah,
Where are you from?
Chicago.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh, so you're from like relatively big city vibes then?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not like you're from like the middle of nowhere. I think.
No, I mean I grew up outside of Chicago, but only like 30 minutes outside of Chicago.
So you'd be going back and forth between
Yeah.
Chicago for all the time.
Yeah.
So what's the pizza?
Any deep dish?
I don't like deep dish.
No, not really into it?
Domino's is good.
Domino's.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That's what you
That
Domino's?
hurts.
Yeah.
I fuck with Domino's. Domino's is elite.
I mean, of all the options, you know?
I'm trying to be healthy now.
Every once in a while, you need some Joe's Pizza.
What you know about Joe's Pizza?
What do you mean, what do I know about Joe's
You
Pizza?
know a lot about Joe's Pizza?
Bro, it's the best.
My like
Best in the valley.
my like cheat thing is like Din Tai Fung or
Oh.
like
So your culture.
That's cheat? You call that cheat?
That's for sure.
dumplings.
You're going extra healthy.
Dumplings.
You on like meal prep right now and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's down. He's down.
Yeah.
Dialed
Din
in.
Tai Fung is low key a cheat if you're that down.
I'm doing 2 gyms. I'm doing a cardio in the morning and then a weights in the afternoon.
Dang.
On most days, 7 days a week probably.
What's your goal?
And then Just look good, feel good.
Look like a freak.
Yeah.
No, or just look good.
I don't know. Like,
You're
I don't
meal
really know
prepping
where
and
I'm
going to the gym twice
Yeah,
a day.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm just trying to be locked in with that. You know,
Just trying to see where
it's important.
yeah,
It's
where
like
you
the
can
only
push
thing
yourself.
someone like can't take from you.
That's
People
fucking
can take
super
monies. People can take cars. Like they can't take your health away.
They can't.
I mean,
In a
they
sense.
can. Yeah, they can't take your physique away. Someone can't make you weak.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
I can come up like and I can fuck you up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how you can't fuck
But
up.
that's different. I feel like
What's the average day look like for you then?
I wake up and I go to the gym first thing, and I've
How early are
been
we talking here?
like 9 a.m.
9 a.m.?
Yeah.
Oh, so, bro, you're not about it.
That's
You're
my
not
style.
about it. You're not about it. That's Kevin style. I'm up
Yeah.
at like ass crack.
He's not running a shop for 9 hours a day.
That's fucking very true.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Well, I work better later. I wake up at 9, get to the gym by 10. I usually do a little bit of work right when I wake up and just answer calls and texts and stuff from East Coast people. And then I'll have apple cider vinegar and lemon and water, and that's the only thing I have until like lunch. And I have that, go to the gym, get back home, work, film, take calls. Then I have lunch, work, film, take calls. Then I have dinner, take calls, work on whatever, prep for the next day. That's kind of it.
You say take calls.
Yeah.
Taking what kind of calls?
Brand calls, dealing with the car stuff, dealing with real estate stuff. I do a lot of stuff in real estate. And I've just like started a business helping out other creators grow on social media. So that,
fuck.
with that as well, trying to grow that business. So
That's the latest venture then.
yeah.
Talk me through that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing social media now for 5 years, and I've found success in that and growing through social media and growing through the car stuff. So now I'm like kind of spreading that knowledge and helping business owners and other entrepreneurs and stuff grow their own social media. So
How
that's
did
what
you
I've been
start
working
in
on.
social media 5 years ago?
I started as a photographer.
Yeah.
So originally I was a photographer. I started shooting photos, videos, and like architecture stuff in the city. And I would be like one of those crazy kids that would like hang off buildings and like dangle and like
Yeah.
do photos and videos and stuff like that. And like I always liked adrenaline stuff. And then I always wanted to move to LA. I love watching like YouTubers and I love watching like car YouTubers and people like that. And then I moved to LA. I was in a film school for a semester, and I just during that semester I started reaching out to like every single person I possibly could, every single influencer, every single like creative, whoever I could. I shot a DM to, and it's kind of funny because like now it's come back and bite me in the butt a little bit. Like I'll meet these people, I'll be like, I DM'd you in like 2019, like asking to do a free photo shoot.
And now we're
You know.
boys. So now it's like,
Yeah, and I would do free photo shoots. So I would just do free work, and I would do like so much free work, and then eventually some of that turned into paid stuff, and then the creators and the influencers and whatever were like, you need to get on TikTok. You need to start making videos about what you're doing, and you can actually monetize more than just like getting paid for a photo shoot. So I started posting videos on TikTok about my photo shoots, and like I had done some stuff with like the Paul brothers, so like Logan and Jake Paul. I've done some stuff with like David Dobrik and like some big names. So I was able to kind of use that and get some viewership and being like, hey, I took pictures of Jake Paul. Here's some of the photos, stuff like that. And then,
Yeah, just having that stuff in the portfolio.
yeah,
It's huge.
yeah. And then the videos started doing well, and like I had to fake a lot of it in terms of like I would show up at random places, almost like paparazzi kind of, and be like, hey, I took pictures of Madison Beer. Like, here's the pictures of that. Even though I just like showed up outside of a restaurant that I saw she was at, you know what I mean? And like, that's kind of how I had to do it. And like with the Paul brothers, I had to sneak into their first press conference. So I like pretended that I was like an official press person and like wore like a collared shirt and stuff. And like had a fake pass and whatever, and I like shot photos of them, and then I met their manager, and I'm like, can I just send these photos to your email? Like, I'm a independent photographer. And so I'd send them stuff to their email, and they really liked it, so then they started inviting me back. And
so
So
Yeah.
you see why you've made it?
yeah, I guess
you have balls. That's it, bro. You're a risk taker.
Yeah, you're doing what most people wouldn't do.
Yeah, and it was always like,
Most people
that was
would
the only
stop at the
logical
DMs.
way that I could
Most people wouldn't
get
even
into
DM.
those places.
Most people wouldn't even DM.
Most people wouldn't even DM.
The people that would DM hear nothing and stop there. You were showing up outside restaurants, sneaking photos,
Yeah.
and then
Bro, how do you even do that? So like what? So you go on Instagram, you're on a story, you
Yeah.
see somebody post, because any big influencer is smart, they post after.
After.
Yeah.
So then what you see, like for example,
so this was in the start. Like people were
This
not
was,
nearly
like,
as cognizant
pre-COVID,
back
right?
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
this
like
was pre-COVID.
18,
Times were
19, you
different.
said.
Yeah,
So
so
isn't that crazy to say pre-COVID times were different? That feels
Well,
like
it was
fucking
yeah.
2 days
social,
ago.
like
Yeah.
the whole landscape of social media and YouTube and everything at that time was so different than today. Like in general, I feel like today people are more careful on social media than they were even, that's 5 years ago now.
yeah, so like
lot changes.
pre-COVID, yeah. So like pre-COVID, Saddle Ranch was such a huge thing. I don't know if you guys know that restaurant on Sunset Boulevard. That's where all the like poppin' people were. So I would go there oftentimes. Man, I would find people there, and I recognized people's cars. Like I was a creep. I was really a creep. But like you gotta do what you gotta do, kind of.
do,
And I
bro.
never
You do.
invaded on them in a private space. It was only ever in public. It was only ever where there was other people taking pictures and videos and stuff like that of them. And I
Yeah.
would just say like, hey, can I get one quick photo of you, and just like putting that on my website, putting that on my Instagram, and just showing that, and then tagging them, and then their fan pages would repost it. And so
That's how you
it
kind of
just,
blow up in that scene.
yeah, a little bit. I mean, I got to like 20,000 followers as a photographer. And then it started kind of taking over with TikTok and making videos there. And then that like really took off. And that's how I started like actually making like, I would make a couple $100 here and there as a photographer. And then TikTok's where it like actually turned into a full-time thing.
At what point you started making what kind of videos?
When I would make the photography videos. So when I would make the videos about my photography, and I would make the videos about like, hey, this is the photo shoot I did, or like, hey, this is like one of my like most famous shots or whatever is I got a photo of Logan Paul and Justin Bieber walking out of the T-Mobile Arena, Crypto.com
Yeah.
stadium, when they had a sold out fight there, and I like actually walked out with him. Like I was in the like whatever you call it, the hallway, like
Right.
walking out with them, and I was taking photos of them there, and I was able to kind of finesse that too to some degree. And that kind of got a lot of press, and that got a lot of views, and so that kind of like took off the career on social media, and then it slowly just kind of turned into me making more videos about myself.
So how did it turn into cars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had always enjoyed cars. My younger brother was really into cars. He was much more into cars than I was at the time, growing up and everything. And I started to make a decent amount of money. And my first like year on TikTok, I had made like 200,000 in a year just from like TikTok and brand deals and things like that. And I'm like, oh, like this is awesome. Like I'm 18, 19 years old at the time, and I made 200 grand. Like this is sweet. Like I can like kind of afford a cool car.
Right.
And like, not really, but like I thought to myself I could. So I started
Possibility,
like
unlocked in your brain.
yeah, and I was like, my brother would really like this. It'd be really cool. I can make videos about this. And at the time, now at this point, I'm like making like prank videos and challenge videos, and it's like kind of ventured away from photography and just like trying to make viral videos and just trying to get views. Because I'd always enjoyed making videos and taking photos and being creative, but
Yeah.
it had just turned out fully into me.
So what was that first car?
The first car was a 620R.
Really?
Yeah.
When you were making 200 a year?
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
So
Paint the picture, man.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I jumped ahead.
I got way too
You
excited.
were, you were going through the story. I'm like, all right, give us the car.
I had a Hyundai Kona, and I still have that car. It's like a $15,000, like, it's a Hyundai.
Yeah.
And
They got a nasty color palette for that car.
it's
Stupid thing.
Yeah,
You like that baby blue on the end?
I have a baby blue.
I know
love
that.
baby
I work
blue
on a lot of
Hyundai
those
Kona.
cars, so I know the color palette. Yeah, actually, I should
Yours is
buy
baby
that.
blue?
Yeah.
It's not an in, is it?
No.
Kona in.
And line.
Let me get that Kona in, baby.
No.
It's like the Juke R.
Yeah.
Badass car.
So I had that car still, and then Snapchat Spotlight came around, and that was like the thing that really allowed me to like go into the next level of
You're not
like
the first person
earnings
that
and
says
money.
this shit, dude. Snapchat,
We just heard that.
We
Yeah.
literally just heard the same thing.
Yeah.
When was what time was that?
Circle what?
I was
That
19.
was like
so
2020, yeah?
2020. Yeah. So 2020. So I'm about a year into making videos and stuff. Or I was a year into making videos, and I'd made about 200,000 that year, and I was like, okay, cool. Like I want to maybe afford a cool car. I was looking at a 570, and I'm like, oh, like maybe I'll get something like this. Like that'd be cool. My brother's like, yeah, that'd be cool, but like you should save up for a 720. Like save for another year and get a 720. And I'm like, but like I want a McLaren now. You know what I mean? And I didn't really know much about cars, so I was like, it's the same thing kind of at that point. Now all I do is cars, so like
570
I would
basically
not-
hasn't gone down in value since then, pretty much.
that's
And the
true.
720 has. So
I remember thinking
that
they
would
were-
have been a smart play.
Yeah, I was thinking they're about 150 at the time.
Yeah, they have not budged. And
yeah.
it's sad.
But the very end of that year, Snapchat Spotlight came around, and Snapchat was paying $1 million a day, and it was their version of TikTok. And so I started posting on there, and that like completely blew up, and those videos were doing really well. And they called me after the first week. I had just posted a couple of videos, and they were like, hey, like you made 6 figures in the first week. And I'm like, $100,000, like 6 figures, $100,000 in a week from posting like 5 videos. So I found out about that, and I started like going ham, just posting. You could post every 5 minutes, so I post every 5 minutes. And that following week, I did $1.5 million in that week. So I was like,
You post every 5 minutes?
yeah.
How the fuck do you make that many videos?
For a week? Or you said 5 weeks?
So there was the first
That
week.
just fucked my brain.
yeah. I'll go
5
slower.
weeks, 1.5 million?
No, 1 week.
1 week, oh my gosh. I'm broken.
Yeah.
So awesome, dude.
So 100 week 1 and then 1.5 in week 2.
Yeah, I made
that's sick as fuck, dude.
it was actually like 230 is what I made the first week. So I posted 5 videos and I got like 1 million views. But those 1 million views converted to $230,000 because it was based on like if you were video number 1, you got $100,000. If you were video number 2, you got
On a viral scale.
yeah.
How
So-
stupid is that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's extremely stupid. And the cool.
Imagine seeing one of our videos hit 100 or 1 million and going, we just made 250 grand.
It was insane. It was really insane, and no one knew about it, and no one was
specific
on
types
it.
of videos.
I was just posting my TikToks and photography, and I would post like random challenge.
You had like a
stuff.
content bank of stuff by then, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I had a
Vertical?
year of like content bank. Yeah, it was like TikTok.
Like literally the same type of
Yeah,
shit.
Snapchat still has it. They just don't pay it like they used to, obviously. Or else I would have a lot of different cars.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but so the first week I posted that week, and then I found out at the end of week 2. So I posted like those first 2 weeks, and I posted maybe 10 videos, and I made like 400 grand from those 10 videos. But by week 3, I knew about it at that point. I knew that those 5 videos had made me over $100,000. So they would only allow you to post once every 5 minutes. So I just start throwing everything I could in there to just try to get views. That third week, I earned 1.5 million, and then like 700,000, and then like 500,000, and then people found out about it. I did a bunch of podcasts. New York Times did an article on it, so like everyone found out by like week 6 or 7, and then went down to like 10,000 a week and 5,000, then eventually nothing. But I ended up doing a couple $1 million, like 3.6 or something from that. So I was like, now I can kind of get whatever I want, you know what I mean?
Call your brother, you're like, hey, fuck the 570.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not doing this 570 anymore. So I asked him, I'm like, what car would you get if you could get anything? We went to McLaren Beverly Hills, and
Shout out to Garbage.
yeah, and
Talk to Bo.
I did talk to Bo. That's what I bought the car from.
Bo. I bought my 720 from Bo. Bo was lit. Yeah, Bo was lit.
He's cool.
Shout out Bo.
Shout out Bo.
And then we saw the 620, and it was like the red Senna seats and the roof scoop and everything. I'm like, this is what
Like
I
a
want.
McLaren. Like what
Yeah.
makes a McLaren a McLaren.
Yeah, I'm like, this is what I want. So that's what I ended up getting. That's how I got the first car.
So you bought
There's the story.
a McLaren 620R from Snapchat funds from a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know? Did you know what you were buying?
Not really. Not really.
Like, did you like find the car online and go, let's go look at it? Or did you just
No.
go into Beverly Hills and were like, oh shit, this looks cool.
Yeah,
I'll take
I was
this
like,
one.
yeah, I was kind of like that, to be honest. I like, the amount I've learned over and that has just like put me into the whole space, and now like I'm very, very involved in that, obviously. But I was like, yeah, I kind of really didn't know exactly. I knew that it was rare, so I was like, it's rare, it'll probably hold value. I don't know why I didn't get a 720. I think they had a good lease deal on the 620, but I didn't even end up taking it. But that was just like what Bo was kind of pushing me towards. I think it was probably because it was hard to sell. So he's probably like, let me just like push him to do that. Just because it was rare and weird and whatever. So that's probably why. But I have no regrets. I really like it.
Bro, it's the latest stumble ever.
For real.
That's like the most sick, just pick a car that just happens to be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I've ever heard. Bro.
I'm so glad I didn't buy a 570 or a 600 LT. I would have been happy with. 720 I would have been happy with, but I'm glad I got something because it's cool going to car events. It's cool just never seeing your car. It sucks in some ways that a lot of people don't know about it, but it's also cool in the fact that it's unique and special and different. So.
And people that know.
Yeah, and that's cool too.
It's an if you know, you know
100%.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like no dick riding. I don't think I've seen another 620 in the wild.
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Yeah,
I'm really trying to think.
either.
I don't think I've seen another one in the wild.
No, I don't
I'm
think I
trying
have
to
either.
think. I'm really fucking trying because we've seen some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, dude. It's just so. I'm telling you, it's one of those cars where the fact that it's a McLaren too, people who like limited run cars, especially something like that. Their price bracket normally goes to a little bit of a higher price bracket. So when you have a car, because what did you get the car for? If you don't mind me asking.
285.
285.
I think I got it for a sticker, and that was the sticker.
Look at you.
Yeah.
I think that was. Yeah.
That's not bad. You've had that car for years now.
Yeah, it's
and
worth
you're
about
pretty much chilling.
50-ish.
Yeah.
I paid for it cash because I was balling, I was like,
If you would have financed it and it didn't go down at all, you probably would have paid $30,000 in interest by now anyway. So
yeah,
that's not a bad move. Just for someone to buy a McLaren all cash and to not be lost their ass on it, you're 1-on-1 on that fucking thing.
Yeah, and I think, and I hope 10-year horizon. I think I'm up. Maybe. I don't know. But we'll see.
That could be a $300,000 car.
You're planning on keeping that car 10 years?
I don't think I'll ever sell it. I don't really have a reason to.
So will you ever be up if you never sell it?
Yeah, I guess, but that's true.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Also never down.
Never down, never down, never up. All cash, you're chilling.
Yeah.
It's a nice little savings account.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's there if I need to sell it.
Most fun savings account.
Yeah. Exactly.
He was telling me that he only fucking canyons that shit. He's not a Jordan. He's not my guy. I think you're gonna like that. So the two of us were kind of split a little bit when it comes to this.
Yeah.
He's very much so cranked all the time. So when he likes driving his car, canyons, ripping that shit.
Yeah.
I'm a little more I like a little more comfort. If you had to pick between 620 and Urus, I'd probably take the Urus if I only had one car because I like.
Oh yeah, me too.
He's fucking all the way cranked. He's 620 or fucking P1 to die.
So if I'm getting a sports car, I'm getting something that's uncomfortable. I'm getting something that's really fast. I'm getting something that's not practical because the whole point is a different experience and something really fun.
That's why the Turbo S sucks.
Yep.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, we're not
kind of.
We're not kidding. I don't care what Cam says. We're not kidding.
Yeah, I mean that's why I daily drive a Tesla Plaid because that's just easy, and when I'm just driving around town and going to the gym, going to get food, I just want something comfortable. It's fast, and I can put the car wherever I want, whenever I want, because it's so instant and so fast. It's fully tinted out, can't see anything inside, so I just like it, and it's a very stealth fast mobile.
Yeah.
And no noise, nothing like that. So that's why I like that. And then when I want to be loud, obnoxious, drive fast, driving canyons, I have cars that are perfect for that,
You have.
That's how I treat it.
Because you have the 3RS too.
Yeah.
You have two 911s, don't you?
No. So
it's a full collection.
yeah.
Both states. Give me everything that's under the cam case.
I got a lot of different. Okay.
It's fuck.
The Life.
We'll start.
Have a Snapchat.
Hyundai Kona. Yeah, Hyundai Kona 620R. Tesla Plaid, Tesla Model 3, Ferrari 488 GTB, which I gifted to my dad. I have a Super Trofeo Evo 2, which is a race car, so that's not street legal, but still a car. GT3 RS, Mazda Miata, 1994 Miata,
Sick.
Urus. I think that's all. I just sold 2 cars though. I just sold a Sprinter van, so I had a big Mercedes like Maybach kind of Sprinter van thing.
This shit.
And then I had a Cage, another Miata, that was like a cage car, and I just sold that. This cage car I sold because I didn't really drive it that much, and it was just so impractical that I was like, whatever, I'll take whatever I can get for it. And then the Sprinter, I used a lot, but it was just like a headache and annoying and like annoying to park, annoying to have drivers for, and I always just ended up driving my friends around it more than I was actually being driven around in it.
Right.
But I actually didn't sell that. That was paid off too. But I didn't sell that for money. I traded that for watches, actually, on Facebook Marketplace.
On Facebook Marketplace.
Bro, Ken.
What'd you trade it for?
Side quest at this point, bro. It's the most side quest.
So what'd you pick up for your Sprinter van on
I
Facebook
got
Marketplace?
3 Rolex watches.
Let's walk them through.
I got a platinum Day-Date. And then I got a 2-tone sub. I don't know much about watches, but I got a 2-tone sub, a gold and black 2-tone sub, and then the all black sub.
A gold and black 2-tone sub, you're saying like it's gold with a black face, or it's gold in the middle here? Like, see how mine's
Yeah,
like
it's
brown?
like that.
Two-tone with black face.
Yes.
Like kind of similar to that.
I think that might be the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, something very similar to
Because
that.
gold with a black face is different than like steel gold
Yeah,
with a black
two-tone.
face.
Two-tone
The
black
values are
face.
fucking like this. So when you say gold and black face, I'm thinking this fucker has an all gold fucking.
No.
he's got a
It's
platinum
worth
Day-Date,
like
yeah.
it's. I was told it's worth like 20, 18-ish.
Then it's that. It's
Okay.
like this. It's
Yeah.
like this combo. With
Yeah,
the gold
yeah.
and the
You've
black.
got a president.
Yeah.
I guess
But
the platinum watches might have.
I was told the Day-Date Platinum is pretty expensive. He paid 80 for it, is what he said. So he
Yeah,
said
yeah.
it's worth
Because
about.
platinum is
that-
one of those things where like it's one of those. It's kind of like the 620. You got to know what you're looking at, type shit. Because if you're stupid, it looks like stainless steel.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the watch, you're like, this
It's
fucking-
really heavy.
Yeah. What's
it's
the
really
face color
heavy.
on that watch? Is it blue?
Yeah, it's
It
blue.
is.
Yeah.
That's fucking-
And the
It's
band,
hot.
the links are different on the platinum watches
Yeah.
too.
They're
Yeah.
different. Like these
Yeah.
ones, these fucking things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're smaller, and it's not like the Jubilee. It's bigger than the Jubilee, but smaller than that. The links.
That bitch is nice.
Yeah.
Like, you have a very, very like people who
Yeah,
know
very
about
nice.
watches. Okay, you have like you low key have like a 620R of watches.
Yeah.
That's like low key like a 620R.
No one knows
watch.
about it, but if
Nobody
you know, you
knows
know.
about it. But if you know, because Rolex doesn't really make besides like the Batman and the Batgirl, which is like half blue, half black dial. The next dial that they make that's all blue like that with that band is your watch.
Yeah.
And that's like well, I would say right now it's like maybe 50 bands for it. I would say maybe
Yeah.
something like that.
Well,
50, 60
the
bands.
color blue dial that watch has is only platinum watches.
Yeah.
So they have a couple other watches with like that color dial.
Yeah.
But it's always platinum.
Yeah.
It's fucking. It was a sick ass watch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. And box and papers with everything. I got to roll. I went to Rolex the next day and made sure it was all good. So it
What was his
good.
third watch?
The all black sub. All
It's
black.
like stainless with just black face here.
Yeah, just black and black.
Black on it.
Yeah.
That's fucking. You got to clean a little trade on that thing.
Yeah. So I was happy with it. I wanted money for it, obviously, because I wanted to use that as a down payment for an SV, which we can talk about. But I'll maybe hold on to it. I mean, I have money elsewhere for the SV down payment, but like it would have been nice. But also like maybe I'll hold on to the watches. I don't know. We'll
Watches
see.
are weird. They're always like, I don't know. Historically, they're a nice vehicle, but now I think it's becoming kind of like such a weird asset class where so many people are getting involved. Where like prices are starting to like really fluctuate. Like before, it was kind of like.
Well,
like steady and
I've
stable.
gotten so many different quotes on what my watch are. They're like, oh yeah, it's worth like 60, or oh yeah, it's worth 80. I'm like, that's a huge difference.
Well, I
kind
think
of.
a lot of it's like trade in versus retail.
Yeah, that
that's the whole
too.
thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's so many people.
Because
Like,
their margin can be fat on a lot of those watches too.
Well, you look at like let's say cars. Like cars 20 years ago, like people buying and selling cars 20 years ago was different than people buying and selling cars. But like I know so many people that are like, yeah, I buy and sell cars. I'm like, do you? You know what I mean? and watches are kind of the same thing. Like 10 years ago, watch people, it wasn't as popular to be like, oh yeah, I flip watches.
Yeah.
Now it's fucking, a lot of people are flipping watches. So like values are really like,
I see it on TikTok.
they're like, exactly, yeah, like Vucom and all this shit like that just made it so popular. Like now a lot of people, so you have so many different values of shit because so many different people are trying to bid against, make money. So you have people, like it just changed the market. So now things go up when they go up and things go down when they go down. Before it was kind of like, now it's
Interesting.
like this.
Flipping a watch is how I made like my first little chunk of cash.
Really?
Yeah, in college I flipped a Hublot for like, I made like $3,000 on it.
Oh wow.
What was that feeling like?
That's a nice come up.
It was a good feeling. It came. I saw it for sale and I was like, this is like extremely cheap, way undervalued. And I like looked on the internet, everything else was more. So I sent it and then listed it and got it sold. I was like, sweet. That was easy.
Were you Vucom before Vucom?
It was one of those things like it was so cheap, it was stupid. It was on one of those websites that does like flash sales.
Yeah.
So it's like good deals. It's
It
like
wasn't
these
like
are
fake or anything?
It wasn't fake. No, it came with the box, the papers, everything.
It's a fucking rarity.
Yeah.
And
And
college, so this is what fucking.
yeah, it was a different time.
2010.
I also, it was like, I had a coupon for this website.
Past that, I don't know why I said.
Oh, I missed it. So yeah, 2005.
Yeah.
I had a coupon for this website, getting into the stupid details that don't even matter, and it didn't have a limit on it. So it was like 20% off your cart with no limit. So I was like, okay, well this watch it's like listed at 3,500, which is under market already by a lot, and then I'm gonna get 20% off. That's just extra money right there. So again, just sent it, and then ended up making like $3,000. It's a nice little flip.
It's a fucking nice
And
little.
then I never flipped a watch again. So
You fucked up.
I did. I got in a corporate world and screwed myself.
So
I never had any watches before the 3 I have now.
really,
Do you ever wear them?
I do sometimes, yeah. I should have worn it today. I didn't think about it, but
It's a perfect night for perfect night for the
He
president.
just showed up. He's like, I'm here. There's 620.
Pulled up quietly in the Tesla.
Fucking should have brought this shit.
yeah, I guess I should have thought more about it. But
We gotta sit in front of an AMG GT
That's
instead.
partly my fault because when we met you in Monterey, I just assumed I was like, this fucker's gonna bring us this 620R.
I didn't know that we'd be in like a space where you could bring a car
That's my
even.
bad. That's okay.
Okay.
I assumed too many. That was my bad.
That's all right. But yeah, I never had watches before because I was always like, if I'm going to spend 10, 20 grand on a watch, I would rather. I love investing. I put like 90% of my money into like real estate and stocks and crypto and stuff like that because I get a lot of joy out of that. I enjoy real estate a lot. And I'm like, a watch, like I don't see an ROI with a watch. I see more of an ROI with a car, even though it's like a depreciating asset because I make content with it, I network with it, I do those kind of things. And I have a lot of fun with them. Watches I can't really have fun with, I guess, you know? But now having them, I get it. Like I see the fun in it.
You look down at it and you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like I have the car, I have it going on.
Yeah.
Let me just get the watch. It's like a cherry on top.
Yeah.
Of it. It's not
Yeah.
it's not like the fucking foundation of the Sunday.
Yeah.
But if you got some colorful ones on top, it's nice.
Do you guys
Your
recommend?
networking slider like bumped up like 8 points.
Yeah,
Oh.
just by having like the platinum. The platinum is like
That's-
you
that's
pull up
good.
somewhere.
You
you're
get
like,
out of the 620R, you're already like an 88.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
networking
Yeah,
just from being you and then having the car, and then you throw like the platinum watch on top and you like slide the dial up to a 94.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
You're your age with the 620R and the watch, you're like a 94 network for sure.
Or they're just like, oh, like, what does your dad do?
What were you gonna ask?
Would you guys recommend, and I'm thinking about it, just trading the 3 in and getting something like sick around 100K?
Fuck, what a good question. So it depends. Do you care about trying to make money on something like that? Or do
No,
you want
doesn't mean
something
that.
sick as fuck?
I wouldn't mind even trading it in and getting hopefully like close to 100,000 in value for it, and then spending an extra 10 or 20,
getting
because
some
I
six.
really love the skeleton AP. That's always been like, that's a sick watch.
That's just sick as fuck.
Because here's the other question. Do you want something, because you could also go with like a higher and a lower, something that you'll wear a lot. Like, would you wear a watch a lot if you could?
I wear the two-tone one. I kind of wear that a lot. And then like special stuff, I'll wear the date for.
So that's what I'm wondering. If you like
You're my
keep
kinda
that
style.
one
Yeah.
and then roll the other two into something more.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either.
So then you
honestly,
have
'cause
you've
it's
got
nice
your
to have a
daily
daily.
you got your daily driver,
Yeah.
and then when you want to throw on
The 620, throw the 620 up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if the other two is going to get you to a skeleton AP.
No.
That's the
but
only problem. How much you willing to spend over?
I don't know.
I guarantee we put this fucker in front of it, he'll fucking buy it. I guarantee. We can put him in the room and like be like, all right, this is the value, here's the difference. Kevin, let me think about it. All right, I'm down.
Yeah.
How much, the thing is, I don't know how much those things are retailing for.
I
right
think
now.
like 150, 140, maybe.
They kind of got expensive.
Yeah, that's kind of up there. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even.
But that also like makes me nervous, like having $150,000 on my wrist.
Especially in
like,
LA.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of half-assed
Well, it's
where I was
insured.
going with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
insure.
Fuck
get
that,
insurance,
bro. Like
but-
fucking his life.
Yeah.
People, that's exactly where I was going to go with it. Like that was gonna be my next thing. You get to a point with watches, like for example, your platinum. People who know. People who don't know. So like when you have like, for example, your two-tone watch is more recognizable to somebody who's trying to steal your watch than your platinum is.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know what you're looking at, this shit just looks like a regular ass watch.
Yeah.
But you're in a room full of successful people. They know the platinum,
They know
most
platinum.
likely.
Yeah.
But your two-tone, you're out and about in LA, your two-tone is a lot more noticeable to somebody who's like, who is that guy?
Yeah,
And,
it's just like a popular looking Rolex.
It's very, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's more identifiable. It's kind of like when you go like talk about like girls. Like what car is more identifiable to a girl? Like a really nice Ferrari model or like a Huracan?
Huracan.
Huracan.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like the same thing. So like think about your two-tone as your Huracan, and then your platinum as your 620.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you're going for. So like
Yeah.
if you wear your platinum more often, people might not look at it the same. Versus if you get like your two-tone, you start really wearing it, or you get a fucking really obvious skeleton. People who know, because like I have friends that have the same type of watches. They don't wear that shit out because it's such a, like a noticeable piece that people will come target your ass.
Yeah.
L.A. and Miami.
Yeah.
Follow you home.
Yeah, you live in the two cities where like
Yeah.
it's prominent.
Yeah.
If you were 30 minutes out of Chicago, I mean, wear the Skelly and just enjoy your shit. But in Miami and LA, it's so difficult.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want something? It would have to be something you get and you just know you're not going to wear it until you go to like somewhere very nice.
Yeah.
Or you're going to like an event where you know
Yeah.
you're driving to the
Straight.
event
I'm back.
and you're chilling in the event and
Straight back.
you're
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Definitely not to make some crazy ass video where you're trying to prank somebody and stuff like that.
No, yeah. Yeah.
Because where do you hang around in Miami? Not to try to disclose your location.
Like Brickell
Brickell
area.
area?
Yeah.
That's the place to be, man. It's
Yeah.
the fucking place to be.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's like
I miss it. We haven't been in a while. I miss it.
it's people hustle there.
Dude, it's a
People hustle
different
there.
fucking. It's a different energy.
Yeah.
Like we went to Miami. Was that how many times have you been to Miami prior to we went?
Once,
Once.
but not like that. That was the first time I was like, really went to Miami.
I took the boys on the scene. We stepped.
Yeah.
It changes you.
Yeah.
It changes you.
It's an awesome place.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Komodo. I love Komodo.
That's where we went. I was
Yeah.
like literally. I was like trying to pick. I was like, all right.
I didn't go to Komodo.
You didn't go to Komodo? Oh
No.
fuck, that was fucking fag in Destin. We went and like I was trying to pick a location to like, kind of like show them without like going too crazy, and like it was like it's like the perfect thing because it's right in the heart of Brickell. It's right across the street from Oh my god, what's the name of that nightclub? Why am I drowning on this?
Nice club.
I don't go. I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't really go out like that either, but it's always like there's always a damn line in front of it. So it's like you got Komodo on one side with a line, you got this other restaurant on the side with a line. So
Live?
No, Live is South Beach.
Mm.
Live is crazy.
Tough.
Yeah.
Live is stupid. It's crazy.
Miami actually for me though is a place where I like really dial in and focus. Actually.
You can have both.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem. It's like Miami for me is like it's a cracked city. So like whatever you want to do, you can probably do it intensely. So if you
Yeah.
want to be dialed in, you can be so dialed in that
Yeah.
place. You want to fall off your rocker, you can fall off the
Yeah.
rocker very hard there. It's like
Yeah.
it gives you whatever you want to do. It's you have to do it all the way up.
Yeah.
Or else there's no balance. Miami's
Yeah.
not a balanced city.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think from the impression I get from you, you don't. What's important to a lot of people in Miami is not important to you,
Yeah.
and that's what distracts people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So like the distractions that most people have in Miami, it seems like it's not really your game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean,
you're
I
able
just
to
like
lock
don't
in.
have that many friends. I have a couple friends in Miami. I only have the Urus there. I live in an apartment there, so like I live in a house in LA. Like there's just like I live by myself in Miami, so like it's just like there's no distractions. I have my gym right under me in my building. I have a grocery store right under me. Like I have everything that I need right there. So I just like really am just locked in and like focused and working and all that sort of stuff. So
Is a real estate empire built out of Miami?
so me working on it, yeah, but the real estate's not owned in Miami. The real estate is in Scottsdale and Ohio.
So walk us through that. What's your what do you have going on?
Yeah, so when all the Snapchat stuff kind of hit, the only thing I really bought was the 620R. Like directly from that, I guess. So that was maybe like a tenth of the actual earnings. So the rest of it went all into real estate, which helped a lot with taxes, and cost depreciation and all that sort of thing. And that was all in Scottsdale.
Airbnbs or long term?
Airbnbs. Yeah, so all Airbnbs. I bought this is over like a 2-year period ish. I bought 10 houses.
Bachelor party homes?
What?
Bachelor party homes?
Yeah. So I started.
Probably stayed at your house
I started and
a
bought.
couple months ago.
I bought like I bought some cheaper homes in like the 500 to 700,000 range, and then I bought a few like multi-million-dollar homes, and I found that the homes that are much more expensive perform a lot better. I
Yeah.
thought, is it better if I buy two $500,000 homes or one $1 million home? It turns out one $1 million home outperforms, does better than two $500,000 homes.
Yeah.
So I sold only one of them, and then I got another big, nice one. And I'm at 9 currently.
When did you buy these houses?
During COVID, like pretty much in COVID.
Did you time it out? Like you just fucking bought them and then shit just started cranking like it did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like if the Scottsdale real estate market started here like pre-COVID and then ended here post-COVID, I probably was like here.
Right there.
So like I'm definitely up, which I'm happy about. Not like insanely up, but like pretty good. And
But you're cash flowing?
Yeah, and then I'm cash flowing. They like crap the bed in the summer, and I'm like often paying in the summer.
'Cause it's so hot.
But then the
For
winter
those that
time.
didn't know, it gets really hot in
Yeah.
Scottsdale during the summer.
Yeah, really
So
hot.
not as many people travel there.
Yeah, exactly.
Just want to make sure
So,
everyone understands.
Yeah, and then in
Thank you for the
the
clarification.
in the winter time, it's pumping.
Yeah.
And spring, PGA tours, events, things
Huge.
like that. It really
Fucking-
crushes, and
what
that's
the-
where I make
why
all
am
my
I blanking
money.
on the goddamn name? The shit show every February. My Super
Yeah,
Bowl
it's
time. Why am I the damn golf thing?
They had the Super Bowl and then the waste management.
Waste management.
Yeah.
Waste management.
Talk about a fucking
Yeah.
shit show and a half.
I make a lot of money on that
Waste
weekend.
management weekend. Cam Casey sitting there like,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
parenting.
last year, someone booked one
Covers
of
the
my
whole
top
summer.
houses. It was 56,000 for like 4 nights.
So, that's okay. Great question. How do the premiums work when you know like a waste management weekend's coming up? Like, what's the markup on that? For like,
Yeah,
for like
I
a
mean,
crazy crib.
It's crazy. So
56,000. How many days?
like 4 or 5 days. It's like 10 grand a night. When normally that house during the spring is about 3,000 a night, and during the summer about 1,000 a night. So it's a $3.8 million home. So it's like a nice.
Oh no, it fucks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
nice
dope
place.
home. But yeah, that's how that looks. I
That's
mean, it's
fucking
about
awesome.
it's about I guess 3x. For like that prime time, that's the number one weekend for me.
Fucking
I can imagine.
So yeah, and what's kind of been cool now is with this Arizona stuff, we had a property management company for the last like 3 years, and then they got bought out by a different bigger company, and then the bigger company was not cutting it, so we have actually now created our own management company, and me and my dad now work on that because he has been very involved with the Airbnb and the real estate stuff on my end, so now he runs the management company managing my homes, and then we brought on 4 outside homes now and are doing that. So,
Nice. And you keep stacking, huh?
yeah.
That's fucking lit. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of what do you have going in Ohio?
Ohio's all long-term stuff.
Section
Ohio's
8?
so some are Section 8, some are just regular long-term tenants. Section 8 is not as good as everyone makes it seem. It's
Let's talk about
everyone
that.
makes it.
Why is that?
Let's talk about this.
So just like every other internet entrepreneur is like, I want to get into Section 8, because it's like $20,000 down. I cash flow $500 a month. And my return's like 50% with real estate, and it's guaranteed. And like, yes, but no.
So what's the no part?
The no part is it takes a really long time to find the tenants.
Very fucking long.
It's a long process going through the actual Section 8 process.
2 or 3 months usually.
Yeah. So I have about like 30 Section 8, or not just 30 properties. And about 15 of them are Section 8, and the rest are just private pay, normal stuff like that. But it takes a long time to get people in, and it takes a long time to get people to pay, and just dealing with the people sucks. And we have a management company, but it's just like just low income problem stuff. You're just dealing with like, unfortunately, not great people.
I think the biggest thing is people think like they hear like the automated side of it, like guaranteed
Nothing
income.
is automated,
and nothing is
especially
automated.
real estate.
The last thing.
Especially real estate.
Oh, the
Everyone's
government
like,
writes me
"Oh,
a check every week.
Yeah, I want passive income with real estate." That doesn't
Go
exist.
fuck yourself. Yeah,
It
bro.
doesn't
It
exist.
does not exist. Man.
Yeah.
Being a landlord's it's a haggle and a half.
Yeah. And you have
Haggle
to,
and half.
and you can hire a manager, but then you have to
Haggle and half.
manage the manager. You know
Right.
what I
Exactly.
mean? Like it really, it's a lot of work. It's a whole nother business, a whole nother company. Now the Ohio stuff is good, and I'm gonna continue to buy higher end stuff and just do, because the rents are still high. But I'll buy just outside of that barrier, I think, is where the sweet spot is. And that's where I'm going to continue to buy.
Is it easier to find renters outside of Section 8, you feel like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And also Section 8, you have the yearly inspections, which is tough to do.
Pain in the ass. You
yeah.
miss one little thing.
Yeah.
You won't pass that
And you have to wait
inspection.
like 2 weeks for them to come back.
You're
and-
fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Your whole timeline is fucked up. You're not making more payments on shit like that.
Yeah.
It's all that
Yeah.
headache you can have.
So,
Because like think of this, okay? Think about low income here in LA, like what we're exposed to here in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Now take somebody who lives in Ohio and is on low income. Think about that type of human being, and that's who's in your tenant. So it's like
So what it is it's a low barrier to entry,
Yes,
and that's easy to sell a course on.
that's it.
Yeah.
Because they pitch you on like even like I mean, and this is not. I want to shit on anybody that does it. Because like you talk about like Tom Cruise, who's like the goat of it.
yeah,
everything
he's
in
like
between.
the head of that.
He pitches it, or like his pitch is a real concept, but a very drawn out real concept. Like he's like the $2,500 down seller financing
seller
thing,
finance.
which again, it happens. I'm not gonna say that it's never happens, but like the chances of it you finding that deal with that type of structure and shit like that is damn near fucking impossible. Like it just doesn't
Yeah.
happen anymore. So he lures the average person in with that. Like what? Because think about it, $2,500 is like just enough where like the average person goes,
I
got
could do that.
I could
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I could take a crack at this. So you like that's the bait. And then once you're in, you realize you're like, oh shit, no, I'm gonna end up putting 20 on a DSCR, and then next thing you know, I'm fucking down 20, 25 grand.
Yeah.
When I got lured in with $2,500.
Yeah, and you put 20 grand down, and then the home has 10 grand and stuff you got to fix too.
Like that. That's it.
Now you're in for 30K, and then you're getting $1,200 a month. Your mortgage is $700 a month. So you're like, oh, I'm making $500 a month. But then the property management takes 10%. So then you're down from 1,200 to like just over 1,000. And then on top of that, anything happens.
One problem.
Yeah, one problem.
It's not worth it.
You're out. You're
It's
out.
not- it's
You know,
that
you're
bad. It's
getting
not worth it.
$300 a month.
What's turnover like?
I haven't been doing it long enough to really
Oh,
know,
yeah.
but from data and research and stuff, they say like 5 to 7 years on a single family home. On like duplexes and triplexes, it's quicker because people don't want to live with other people.
Yeah.
So that's a good side of it. And I think like in the long term, I'm buying all this stuff. I'm improving all of it. I'm done renovations on all of it. So I've added value to all of them. I'm going to rent them, and they're at least going to cover the mortgage, and I'll continue to hold it for 10 years, and it'll be a nice cash flow, you know? So,
You'll never lose
yeah, it's hard to lose in real estate. It's hard to lose, especially with time.
if you have time on your side.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem. When you
Yeah.
when you dabble in real estate with like a little bit of this, then
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
that can
gets-
be scary.
It gets a little
Yeah.
scary.
You
But
got a 10-year time horizon, you're chilling.
you're fucking chilling.
Yeah.
Nothing to fucking worry
So-
about. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah. If we're staying on real estate, I am also doing a home flip in Chicago, where I grew up. So,
Like you have one deal right now that you're doing?
yeah, just one home flip. It's like a higher end home, and just doing a flip on it, and saw a good opportunity where I grew up and flipping it. So that's
How is that
also what I'm
process
doing.
coming?
It's good. I actually like me and my family are like fully like I'm funding the whole thing, but my dad is running most of it. So he's actually there on the scene, and it's like, if you want anything done right, you need to do it yourself, is what I've learned, or you need to do it with people that you really trust.
Finding people you trust is the hardest part.
Yeah, 100%.
So like, I'm very thankful to have my family and parents and stuff, and now my dad works full time doing real estate and a little bit of social media stuff as well, and that's how we kind of got into it.
Managing the Cam Casey empire.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
that's
awesome,
I'm
man.
really
That's
grateful for that. And I definitely wouldn't be able to do it without him. But yeah, it's cool, and like, you need to have people you trust, and it's a full-time job.
It's a fucking headache.
So
Yeah.
you're shopping for an SV right now?
I am.
What are you looking for with that deal?
I want a white SV Roadster only.
Roadster only.
Roadster only.
That's a big part of the criteria here, huh?
Yeah, I won't buy a coupe.
So what if a purple one pops up?
If it's a good price, I don't mind. You can always wrap
You
it.
really want white.
I like white cars. Every car I've bought has been white. I just think they look clean.
What about like a pearl, like a balloon white?
That's fine. I don't really care.
love
I'm not
that
that
color.
picky.
Yeah.
I'm really not that. The only thing I'm really picky about is the interior, because that's like the hardest thing to change. I think you can wrap it. You can.
And that's where you
do
spend
an
all your time.
exhaust, and yeah.
So what's your ideal interior?
I like red.
Yeah.
Something red. I mean, it's kind of basic. The white with red.
Oh, bro, fuck it. That's the most fire spec. Fuck
Yeah.
everybody. I like that shit too.
Yeah, white
It's the
over
most-
red is-
white,
white over
black,
red is
and
a-
red.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid. It's fire as fuck. That's all you need to know.
White
That's
over
what-
red is sick.
Yeah, that's what all my cars are: white, black, and red. So I like white, black, and red, and that's what I'm looking for. I want a white car, all carbon options that are possible, and under 15,000 miles, not rolled back.
Good luck.
Yeah, Roadster is a necessity, and I think that's it.
Bro, that's such an elite car for being a roadster.
Yeah.
Just
Why-
hearing that V12, it's fucking awesome.
So why are you looking for an SV specifically?
I really am tempted to look at an SV Coupe or SVJ Coupe, because they're not that much more expensive. SVJ Coupe right now is like mid sixes. SV Roadster's like
High fives.
mid five, high five. So I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, like, I'm not noticing a difference whether I'm getting an SVJ Coupe or an SV Roadster in like payments and cost and stuff. So I'm like, really, like, do I want to get like the TikTok car? Like, because it's hard to beat the street presence of an SVJ, and it just looks and sounds insane. And I like the look of an SVJ more, I guess. Some people say they like the SV more. I like the look of an SVJ more. I don't know if I said that.
You like the look of an SVJ more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of holding value, I think in terms of like long-term investment, I think the SV is better, especially Roadster, made less, and a lot of people say the SV is better than the SVJ, and the SVJ is super overplayed and super like TikTok social media, but like also that's what I do, so maybe I should get the car that plays into that, but again, I guess I think it'll be different.
I think it goes back to the SVJ for anything under like $1 million. The SVJ almost has I'm not the one making this up. I'm not the first person to say this, but SVJ has almost like hypercar sort of presence.
Yeah.
Like so much attention.
Yeah.
Even over like an SV,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Where nothing else under $1 million, you're getting that sort of attention.
And 600K now, that's not even close to $1 million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because what's next up from an SVJ that you're getting equivalent attention in? And I know
Senna.
it's attention. It's an attention game.
It's only Senna.
Senna.
4GT.
But I don't even.
Half-ass.
I would give it more attention, but I don't think the average person.
The average person gives
That's
more
the
to an
problem.
SVJ, and possibly over a Senna too. The average person.
I think the
The average
Senna.
person definitely doesn't know what a Senna is, though.
No.
I don't think they know what it is, but I think it's just
It
so
looks crazy.
crazy, ridiculous looking
Yeah.
that
that's
anyone
true.
that sees it is going to be like, "What's this?"
Do you
Yeah.
think the Senna is more crazier looking than a 4GT?
I don't think it's
Yes.
better looking, but I think it's crazier.
I'll let you
looking.
think about that for another 10 seconds.
I don't think it's better looking. I think it's crazier. Looking.
Yeah, I think it's
Yes.
crazier looking. The wing is insane.
I think the Senna is more look at me
Okay.
in its design than the 4GT is.
Are we forgetting the fucking way that 4GT is shaped? The
No,
fucking
it's
quarter,
also
the
like-
gaps between the
it's
quarter.
tough.
Dude, it looks amazing.
Bro, you're saying it doesn't look, it looks You're saying the Senna looks crazier than it?
The Senna looks crazier. Yes.
Out of here, dog.
Bro,
You're driven.
What do you
bro.
think crazy means?
Ridiculous.
It's 2v1 right now, and you're calling
That's
us.
fine. I'll let the white boys take me on this. That's fine.
The Senna has the seat or the windows on the floor too.
Windows on the floor. That is pretty crazy.
That is pretty
So you
crazy.
can do this.
And
You can do this to people when you're driving by on the freeway. You can be like,
I'm trained.
and you have,
I'm
and you
trained.
have
I
a
love the
wing
look.
that's like 10 feet tall.
the wing is crazy.
And it's
and all the like
I guess-
angles, how it's like cuts in the door and then
Yeah.
cuts back out. Like, dude, that car's. The 4GT is way better looking than the Senna, and it's a beautiful car, and it's one of the most like. I think it's amazing design.
I'm taking a Senna over a 4GT though,
Really,
personally.
I'm also taking a Senna over a 4GT.
I'm taking
Don't
a
get
4GT.
me twisted. I am taking that. But I'm talking
I'm
about
taking a
looking,
4GT.
I'm looking crazier. I'm a McLaren guy too, so I like the Senna.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about looking crazier. A 4GT just is fucking wild.
The 4GT is so beautiful. The Senna is
looks like an
interesting, but I
looks
still
like
think
an
it's
alien
kind of
on the
ugly.
road.
I still think the Senna's kind of ugly.
It is kind of ugly. That's what I'm saying. The 4G looks fucking like a masterpiece.
A crazy car, but kind of ugly, versus like one of the most beautiful cars on the road. I'm taking the 4GT. Personally. Why are you taking the Senna?
I think the performance. I think it looks more outlandish and more wild.
See,
and I
when you
think
said
4GT,
crazy, outlandish, and wild. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think 4GT is kind of an old person car, a
Really?
little bit older person car.
I
Yeah,
love you, gun.
It's got some Corvette jeans in it.
yeah, a little bit, a little
Some Air
bit.
Monarchs.
A little bit. I mean,
It's a little dabble of Corvette.
Would you ever see someone? I don't think you ever see anyone in their 20s getting a 4GT and it looks a little strange. I think, like especially like if I was driving a 4GT, it would look a little strange. Senna, you'd be it makes a little more sense.
I don't think it would
To
look
help
strange.
you out here,
Personally,
one of our previous guests is an owner of one, and he's was on the development of it. His name was Billy Johnson.
Okay.
Race car driver.
Yeah.
Super awesome dude. I mean, he was part of the racing development, driving it when it was a prototype,
Yeah.
telling him okay, this would this is why I feel here.
developmental driver for the car.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
So he took us for a drive in his, and he drove it how a race car driver drives
Yeah.
it. I almost shit myself when he
Yeah.
drove. We were passionate. He was drifting it, and it was absolutely wild to feel
Yeah.
that car. But Billy looks like a typical 4GT owner, and I'm playing into your point right now. He's very leather jacket.
Yeah.
The clothes go right up to the waistline, doesn't go
Yeah.
any farther.
Yeah.
The jeans are perfectly fitted. Versus I'm thinking of someone else who has a Senna, is more oversized clothing.
Yeah.
a little
Young
more swag,
LA.
a little more swag.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That type of scene.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I get what you're saying there. I'm just trying to look at it from a design perspective. The 4GT is how
4GT is
have you
one
ever
of
to
the
really
greatest
look
looking
at that car
cars.
closely
Yeah. Yeah.
and see the way that the gaps are in the
Yeah.
car, and bro, I can stick my arm in the quarter panel
Yeah.
of that car. You know how wild that is.
No, that's cool. It's definitely cool.
It's one of the most beautiful
I-
cars
I
ever.
think-
Yeah, I'm
the
I'm not buying it.
Yeah. the cool thing about the 4GT though, I think, is that it's this tall.
It
It
ridiculous.
is so low.
It's so
It's
low.
ridiculous.
It's so low.
I could face fuck that car. If that did that.
Where am I looking?
I could
So
face
would you
fuck
rather
that car.
have a 4GT or a McLaren Senna? Let's hear it.
I don't know about that one. I think the problem is I haven't had enough experience in the Senna to really talk on it because I've only seen it. I haven't ever driven one.
Yeah, I haven't
sat
had
in
any
one.
experience.
I guess that's what I'm saying. So
I don't even really care. I'd take the 4GT still.
Okay, I respect that.
Me neither, but
I'm torn.
if I had to guess, I think my 620 feels similar. It feels like a baby Senna, if I had to guess.
It probably does.
The Senna seats,
Have you driven
the roof
720?
scoop.
You have had active.
Yeah,
720,
yeah.
How do you feel between 720 and your car?
it feels like a Rolls Royce.
The 720 does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, it does. Because your car's a lot more raw.
Yeah,
Your car's probably
It's
rough.
a full carbon buckets. It's a race car converted to a street car, so it's very rough.
It's not as much insulation.
No insulation, nothing. It's just a carbon bucket with the Senna seats, and that's about it.
That shit fucks. 720 is so fucking nice, dude.
720 seems nice, but seems like a Rolls Royce compared to the 620. And when I want a supercar, I want something that feels like a race car.
It's reminding you that you're in a supercar.
Yeah, I love racing. I love driving the cars really hard. So
Yeah.
Where has better drives, Miami or LA?
LA 10 times over.
He drives the canyons, baby.
Yeah. Miami
I'm not
is
with
just
you on that one.
traffic.
Yeah, I'm not with you on that one.
Really? Miami is all traffic.
I think it depends on the kind of driving you like.
Free
Yeah, it goes back to
when I
he
get
likes
the,
to cruise
when I get
and
the,
make noise,
yeah, when I get the
and we want to
SV,
carve up a street.
I will love to just rip the freeways, but
Dude,
like
Causeway, SV, like going from fucking Brickell to South Beach and ripping that Causeway in the SV. Oh,
it's just a straight. It's like it's cool, but like you
the
could do that in
scenic view,
LA.
like just looking in your. Okay, where in LA can you just drive and you just go like this and there's water like right there?
Like
PCH.
kind of PCH, but
No,
not
but
really.
it's weak as shit. Are you kidding me? No. Miami's like literally like water on water. Like, have you driven the Keys?
He just called PCH weak.
PCH is weak as fuck.
Pretty wild.
It is. Bro, PCH is so
The
overpriced.
People
PCH
love
has a
the
lot of
PCH.
cops, so I don't drive fast.
Exactly,
On
but
the
I-
PCH.
Well, where
I've
are
had
you?
so many
You
problems.
driving through Malibu?
Where else in PCH is nice? PD.
If you go
Big
like
Sur.
if you go like deep on PCH, it's nice.
Yeah.
What is deep? Like Santa Barbara type shit? Or
Like
even
on the
deeper?
way there.
On the way there.
Yeah.
Deeper?
So what do you go in Angeles Crest? Or you go
No,
Malibu?
I don't do Angeles Crest. I do all Malibu canyons.
Really?
Stunt, tuna, all that. Las Virgenes, all that. That's what I always do.
You go with people, or you just go out there?
Yeah, usually I'll go with people. I don't like going alone. God forbid if anything happened, like I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be alone. But yeah, I'll usually go with people. Sometimes I go alone.
You gotta hit us up sometime,
Yeah.
or at least me. I don't know if he's interested.
I'll take the shitbox out there. I'm down. I'll take the.
But
big
also,
rig.
like, I would like if I had an Aventador or like when I get that, I'm not gonna canyon it
Yeah,
that
yeah,
much.
not-
like
not
that's
the
gonna
move.
be like a freeway rip. That's gonna be like a nice dinner like rip. I think.
Cars and coffee.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
I'll send my shit on the canyons. I don't give a fuck. I'll take that shit there.
Yeah, but it's not. It's nothing like a 3RS or like a 620R or any
It'll shit
McLaren
on
really.
the 3RS, but a 620R, I can feel you on that one.
Yeah, so that's a question. You're going out to Malibu.
Really? You think so?
You're going out to canyons, and you've got 3RS or the 620R. How do you decide which one you're taking?
Yeah. So the 3RS I keep at my house. The 620R I keep at a friend's house. So like I'll usually just take the 3RS because it's at my house. It's also a little bit more dailyable. It's a little bit easier to drive. I still have the bucket seats and all that.
Because it's dumb as fuck. The car has no life.
The 3RS?
Yeah.
That's just not true at all.
In what way is it not true?
It's the no life is like the SF90.
That's fair. That's extreme no life. But for what that car is, you think that car has life?
Yeah, I think it has a lot actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You have any mods on their shit?
Yeah, it has an exhaust.
Okay.
It has
That's fair.
an exhaust.
And he's ripping it through the canyons.
Yeah,
He
and
doesn't
you're
care
ripping
who's
it through
looking at him.
You're ripping it through the
He's doing
canyons,
what the car's built for?
and
He's
it's
doing
so
what the car is
loud,
built
and
for.
it
You know,
like
you gotta hand it to him for that.
it screams, and it's just enough speed where it's not too fast where you're like need to be cautious on the throttle kind of. The weight balance is so good. And just the sound is crazy. Like I don't have an Aventador, and I'm sure that sounds better. And I've driven
So
it, and
lucky
I've
I
heard
have
it.
my car here. You gotta blow your doors out. You're so lucky.
No,
But
I
Joe's
I
GT3
know.
sounds so good.
They
You
sound
can't tell me
great.
that car doesn't
No,
sound
it
so
doesn't.
good.
They
I'm
sound
not gonna say
great.
it sounds better than the Aventador, but
It doesn't. It doesn't.
it sounds
but
incredible.
It sounds great, and yeah, it sounds great, and it drives great, and it's so mechanical. I have a .1 RS, and it's so mechanical and like so perfect. Like it's just like perfect canyon car. It handles so well. The grip is so good. It's not too crazy fast where you're like going to jail if you just floor it once. Where I feel like that is in the 620.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really
Yeah,
good.
the 620 goes, huh?
Yeah, I have it tuned and downpiped and everything. So it
Do you know what it's pushing?
over 700, 7 something. I don't know exactly.
So
but
it goes.
It's fucking
So it's
fast.
probably
Yeah.
pretty close to like a 720, straight line wise.
yeah,
not far off.
I've never raced it, but I would assume it's potentially faster based on the weight.
Yeah.
Maybe.
How much lighter is it?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I know it's a lot. Like they did a lot.
It's a lot more
to-
downforce
yeah.
though, no?
It can't be that much lighter, bro. There's no way. Because at some point, like you have to have a car. So like
Right,
you're,
right.
you're dabbling. Okay, when you dabble with the McLarens, you're dabbling like so close to being a light car because like McLarens are already
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
extremely light.
Yeah, that's
So I'm
true.
trying to think like, I mean,
Do you have your
200
phone?
pounds- yeah, 200 pounds, 200 pounds, but
Yeah.
Look it up. The weight
What
of
am I looking
the
at? McLaren?
the weight of the 620R.
Yeah.
I want to know at this point.
McLaren 620R weight
Curb weight.
versus a 720.
Just start with 620R.
Okay, 3,000 pounds,
Like 3,000 even.
3,056.
3,056. What's a 720?
That's what I see.
What are Aventadors?
Fucking heavy.
36
Fucking heavy.
probably.
Shoebox. I'll look it up. 3,200 pounds.
Okay, so it's 200 lighter than a 720.
150.
150. Yeah.
150
fucking-
lighter
I
than
said
720.
56. Now you're trying to cheat me on my 50 fucking thing.
150 lighter than a 720.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's what I don't even know.
I don't know. I would have to race it. That'd be a good race.
We can make that happen. So I'm down to make that happen.
We can make that happen.
We can make that happen. 3,600 pounds.
My
What
plan
I
is
say.
smoke
That's
any
what I
of it,
said.
though.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
I still think my
I know my weights.
I think my Aventador takes you.
Really?
Yeah.
In
You can
what?
also test that out.
It is 620.
In a straight line? You're saying?
Anything.
No, anything.
Anything.
The
Cannons?
plaid, no, but that's
Plaid is
gay.
fucking Plaid's a cheat code.
That's gay.
Okay, one thing that
Doesn't
again
count.
needs to be said, and we'll say this one time, and we'll never talk about Tesla ever again. The fact that the average person can buy that car is not okay.
That's true.
Bro, you
I
feel
thought
that.
that when I,
You think a
First car.
Karen that can go buy that car should have that?
especially for 70K,
Bro, it's
it's
disgusting.
a great car for 70K.
How am I?
You buy it when it came down?
No.
Oh, you
You're
buy it at the time.
married to that car, bro.
Yeah.
You're married to that bitch.
I
You
bought
were one of the early.
So I bought the car from Thomas Petro, the guy that runs hype cars. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought that and a twin turbo R8 from him. Both have been good experiences buying from him, so that's good. But
I didn't even know he was selling cars.
he's not
I don't
selling
think he's
cars.
selling-
He just
I don't
has a lot of
think he's
cars. He
selling.
just sold a couple.
You're
of them.
Cam Casey. You're like, hey, I want it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not selling shit.
But at the time they were like 140, and he got one of the very first ones, and it had it like blew a motor in the first 1,000 miles. And he was like, I'll sell it to you for 125. And I'm like, that's a great deal considering normally they're like 140 at the time because they like kind of just came out. And he got it fixed at 1,000 miles. And then he sold it to me at 6,000 miles and had no problem. So I'm like, okay, I'm probably good. You know, like he drove 5,000 miles, hasn't had any problems since, assuming he's telling the truth. I'm probably good. And I've been good for multiple years now. Except for the depreciation. Bought it at 125, it's worth like 70, 65,
It's the
70.
problem when you let automotive maker like control the value of a car too much.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah,
You buy cash?
no.
No.
So I'm underwater on it.
It's
But
terrible.
I don't, it sucks, yes, but when I daily the Urus in Miami, I caught myself thinking, I kind of wish I had my Plaid right now, which is weird. And I thought, because I won an RS6 Avant for a while as a daily, and I've driven it before, and it's kind of like a baby Urus, kind of.
Yeah.
But
Flatter, if it's a flatter
I
Urus,
really
makes
like
sense.
how I can put myself wherever I want to be, exactly when I want to be, and it's just like super stealth, super fast, super quiet, like, and I can get anywhere so fast. And there's no on, I just get in and flip the thing. I can cool it when I want. So like I was surprised when I was dailying my Urus that I was like, I kind of wish I had my Plaid.
It's
Which was
just that
interesting.
convenient.
It's just so convenient and it's so fast.
Imagine
So-
going that full circle.
For real.
Where you got the 620, you get the Urus, you get the Plaid, and you're like, I kind of want to drive my Plaid.
Which makes me sound stupid, but like just for like
Not at
Yeah,
all.
people are
driving around.
gonna want to hate on it.
But like I drive a supercar or like a car to enjoy driving probably 5 times a week, just for enjoyment. But I only take those cars out when I just want to drive. Like I'll maybe drive to a late night food spot or whatever, but I'll take the routes and the good roads that I want to drive. I'm never just like taking it for convenience during the day. And like all my friends and everyone makes fun of me because the cars never see any sunlight because I always just take them at night. But I feel there's almost no point in driving them during the day because you just sit in traffic.
It's very fucking true. Where we live is ass. Like, it's the best, but it's the worst at times.
Yeah.
For traffic, yeah.
Bro, fuck. Especially, like, the Aventador is just a shitbox. Like, that car, like, you get an SV, you'll see, they're
Yeah.
they're time boxes. They're not as great as like they make them out to seem something like
Yeah.
that. Like the shit overheats and like
Yeah.
it's like the tech is shitty and the AC
Yeah.
cuts out and shit like that.
Really?
So driving in LA in bumper to bumper traffic, the clutch,
Oh
single
yeah,
clutch
that
in
would be
bumper to
that
bumper
would sound
traffic,
terrible.
it's literally like I'd rather shoot myself in the foot.
You're in
Yeah.
first, and then you're rolling, then it starts
Yeah.
jerking you because you're not going fast enough, but you're not really going fast enough for second.
Yeah.
So as soon as you let off the gas, it's like,
Yeah, I really want to pop a nuke when I shift from first to second too. It's a whole shitbox.
that's my car too. The single clutch. Pulling out of my driveway, I've got like this long driveway down the side of the units,
Yeah.
and it's like not really enough space to get up and get into second gear, but it's
Yeah.
long enough where creeping in first is really
Just
annoying.
yeah.
But as soon as you cross, I don't know, 9, 10 miles an hour, and then you let off the gas, it's like, or sometimes before you even let off the gas, you like reach that speed where it's like, I want you to go faster. The
Yeah.
cars want you to go,
Yeah.
and you're not going, pulling down a driveway, and it just starts jerking. And you're like,
I feel like your shit's gonna break.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I just get out of my driveway, please?
Yeah.
In peace, without you ripping me around.
Yeah, bro. You go to the canyons, we don't get an invite. I'm fucking you up. Heads up. Because
Yeah,
when
that
this
hurts.
drops, the Cocaine Boys whips will be out, and we're gonna go absolutely ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm always down
You been to one?
for canyons.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what sticks.
Yeah.
To call it. I don't know.
Well, you can't say that because we'll get demonetized everywhere.
Really? For saying the word?
Probably.
I mean, what, like the Sugar Boys? I don't know. I don't really know what to call it. It's gonna be white. So I'm trying to think. What can I call it? What's a good name for like an all white whip? All white.
You should know. You've got some practice here.
Yeah, Mr. I like my cars.
I don't name my
He doesn't
cars.
name his
though.
cars.
Cam.
Is the 620 white
the
under?
milk whip?
Call it Milk Dud.
The Milky Way.
Milky Way. Yeah.
We'll call you the Milkman.
Don't call it. Don't call it fucking Milky Way.
Is the 620R white under the
Yeah.
wrap?
Yeah.
It doesn't have like a racing livery from McLaren, does it?
No.
It's just all white.
It's all white. It has. I put the Marlboro, the red and white Marlboro thing on
Dude,
it.
why the Marlboro? You smoke stoves like that?
I saw a P1 GTR with it, and I thought it was sick, so that's why.
respect that.
That's about it.
I feel like that's the one racing livery that
If you told me you smoked
looks good
stoves,
on
I'd believe
cars.
I do not.
you. I would believe you.
I do not.
Like, I
but
can see you out
I
there.
did like the livery. So
The Marlboro livery and the Gulf livery are the two liveries that look good
Outside
on
the Woodman,
supercars.
smoking a stove, pack of stoves. You can't picture Cam outside the Woodman smoking
The
a
wood.
stove?
Why the Woodman?
I don't know. I just picture that.
That's
Picture
random.
that.
that is random.
He's
You
not
know-
going.
you know what
He's
I'm
not
talking
going to the
about?
Woodman.
You know what
No,
No?
I'm not.
It's on Ventura.
You can imagine.
It's on
what I
Ventura.
was like,
Boulevard. It's on Ventura.
Okay.
It's like a dive bar meets sports bar, but it can't figure out which one it wants to be because like it's got
And it's got like a Cheesecake Factory size menu also.
Interesting.
it's an anomaly.
It is
You know,
an
he
anomaly.
lives right by it, so I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
we always go
You
there.
used to go there?
Huh?
I haven't been there with you. Making up stories.
We didn't go there with Eric. What's the name of the place we went with Eric?
Eric? Did we go there?
Exactly. So
I don't know.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't know where we went. We went to Sugarfish. That's where we always go.
Question time?
Well, I wanted to see, like, you got the SV coming.
Yeah.
What are your other goals for cars in the future?
My like dream car is a Yesco, I think. I
Yeah.
could never decide on one and like pick one because I really like Pagani. I think like Bugatti is just cool and like iconic. And like Koenigsegg, like they're all like cool, but I couldn't decide on one thing that like I like is like that's the one. And I think when the Yesco came out, I was like, that's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
The Absolute or the
With the
Attack.
wing. With
The
the wing.
Attack.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking
Yeah.
crispy as a
it,
Yeah.
it does look
Yeah,
it
yeah.
looks
So I
crazy.
think that was like the ultimate. In the near future, this is actually I want to get your guys' opinion on. Do I trade in the GT3 RS for an 812?
You know my honest opinion for you?
Yeah.
And this is gonna fucking hurt me to say this. Really is. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you driven one?
No,
No.
but I've ridden one.
For what you like,
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
GT3RS is the perfect car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Because that would just be a go to dinner car at that point.
Like there would be no point for you to get an SV at that point. Like 812 straight piped is a hell of a fucking car. And
Yeah.
it sounds like wild.
Yeah.
But like for what you tell us you'd like to do,
Yeah.
it's not going to fulfill that side of it. It'll drive cool in the canyon and stuff like that, but it's not what it's made for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially the way it's built, like
Yeah.
engine, like mint
Because,
engine, whatever.
yeah,
you
I
call
mean,
it.
I've driven the 488 a lot. I mean, I kind of own, I gave it to my, whatever. But it's a dinner car. That
Very
car's
much
a
so.
dinner car.
100%.
So are you
It's
looking
a-
for a dinner car?
It's another dinner car.
No, I don't
It's a
want
cool
that.
sounding dinner car. Like, don't get me wrong, straight pipe, that shit is stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
So you're looking for like something to replace the Canyon Carver, another sort of Canyon Carver then?
Not necessarily. I was just like, I've had I don't really plan on selling the 620. Like, that was the first car and I like it and whatever. The 3RS I've had for like 2 years now. So I'm like, is it time for something new?
It is.
Dude, I hate to tell you, the SV is like the only move.
Yeah.
But
And
that's still different.
well,
But he's
and
got a
every
620.
single car I have, like even the Super Trofeo and everything, is all coupe. So like I want something. The only car I have that I can take the top off is the Miata. So I want something like fun that like I can have some open air with, and I hear the experience is like crazy with.
It's fucking
With
awesome.
the GTS
Yeah.
or the drop top.
Yeah, yeah.
I bet that would be
want to get
crazy.
I want to get 812 GTS just because the price is so significant there. But the 812 I'd probably get coupe. And I also think it looks better.
I'm trying to think what the move would be.
Bro, I'm telling you, the move's the SV. Because the
Well, he's
prob-
already getting the SV.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get it regardless.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he's looking
I'm
for an
set
SV.
on that. But I'm
So he's
thinking
saying,
like,
do I
do I
get rid
want to
of
get
the
rid of the
3RS
3RS
as
and
well?
like put and the 812 is about 100K more than the 3RS, but I don't know.
And you don't like the Huracan lineup.
No,
I was
like
gonna
an
go
STO.
I was thinking STO was where I was going with it.
yeah. Well, I have the Super Trofeo.
That's
Oh,
the problem.
yeah.
He's got a
Where
fucking-
is that?
That's in Northern California.
You drive it at
I
what
keep
track?
that at Bunwillow.
How often do you go up there and drive that?
Not super often. I
That's
try
a side
to go
quest.
out.
That's
You're
a
talking about a
super
side
side
quest?
Those
That's
fucker plays
that's an
GTA for real.
expensive side quest.
Yes.
That is an expensive side quest.
But it's
I
worth
try
it.
to. It's the most fun thing ever. I love racing. Racing is like my favorite thing ever. It's just very expensive. So I love that.
Do you just
I
track
love
it,
that
or do
car.
you like?
I only track it.
You just track it.
Yeah. Eventually, I'd
No
like to maybe take it on
competitions.
the street.
That's just not race street legal right now, though.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
I
hasn't
just mean
been.
like you don't enter into like any sort of competitions with it. You don't race it.
No.
You
So
just track
what
it, track
what
days.
the goal is to get into the Super Trofeo North American Series. I just bought the car this year, so I've been like prepping with it and like doing days and stuff with it.
Was you planning to become a
This
racer?
year, I would love to. It's just hard to find. Like I just need to find money somewhere.
I could probably connect you to somebody that would help you out.
Yeah, I just need to find sponsors. Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do is racing. That's what I love to do.
And where your side quest king. Be a buck with you. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, kind of. I feel like I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, what do you do? I do everything. Because I try to just like stick and focus on a few things. But yeah, I love
I
racing.
do real estate. I do real estate, and I race cars.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got a good ring
that's
to
it
it.
too.
It's
Yeah.
fucking badass and shit, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm trying to get. So
Yeah. Yeah. The Super Trofeo series though is about 500K for a season. So I'm like burning $500,000.
Yeah, you need
just
sponsors
for
for that.
fun.
For
Like,
sure.
Sponsors.
you know, and there is ROI with like people that you meet, and there is ROI in like content and stuff like that. But a $500,000 ROI is tough to justify.
Experience. It comes down to
what
experience.
about entering into
Yeah.
like a Miata series?
I could do that. I already have the Super Trofeo though. And
I mean, you can still
think if
track
I'm gonna-
that. You can still track that.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna like do it, I want to like really do it. I want to do it right. Because like to be honest, if I enter in the spec Miata and like make content about it, like no one cares. Then it's really I'm throwing out money and my time. Like I want to do something that's like, to me, I think really cool and like a lot of people can know about and relate to because it looks like a Huracan. It's like, oh, he races like a Huracan, like a cooler Huracan, basically. That's a lot of it. And that's why I originally got the Trofeo over LMP3 or over Radical or anything like that, is because I'm like, this is, people know what this is and content. And
So how does that driving experience compare to like the 620R, since that's the closest
yeah,
thing?
it's a lot different. It is. Simply because you're in a full fire suit, you're in a helmet, you're strapped in. The car is a full cage car. There's no like It's so loud.
Is there even a passenger seat, or is it?
I had a passenger seat put in, but it doesn't come with a passenger seat, and it's a really small little passenger seat that I
Yeah.
have in it.
So you think like track times between that and the 620R be a decent difference?
Definitely 5 or 6 seconds at least.
Yeah.
The Super Trofeo is like 600 horsepower. So it's about the same horsepower, and the weight is lower. But that's a really fun car. It's a really exciting car, and like you're on race slicks, and it's awesome.
For anyone listening, 5 or 6 seconds is like 5 car lengths in a race.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking time.
Yeah.
More than 5 car lengths.
Yeah, I would say it's fucking. You're planing. You're planing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Planing someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
On one lap.
And a lot of it is just tires and things like that.
Lowers and shit. Though.
To be honest, I don't. It's. I really don't know what I'm talking about, but I think if the 620R was on race slicks, I think it wouldn't be that far off.
Well, let's
Yeah.
do this. I feel like this is a very fair solution. Next time you go up, we'll go with you. You rip the Super Trofeo, and we'll rip the 620.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm probably a better driver than you anyways. So I'll be the stolen
We'll
car,
see.
and you be the cracked out race car,
Yeah.
and we'll do times.
And
that's
we'll
what we'll do.
buy some race slicks for the 620 for the day.
Yeah.
We'll sponsor the race leagues.
Oh,
SCC X Cam Casey.
that's nice. So kind of you guys.
It's the least like.
The least.
I got the switch up whip.
What does that mean?
The car that you should get instead of the 3RS.
Oh, okay, let's hear it.
What's your price point for the car though?
300.
I don't have a switch up whip anymore.
What was the switch up with?
Well, because it's like I know what you like, and like you kind of have a version of it, but like it's still gonna be better and different. Is a 765.
Do I want a 620 and a 765 though?
Yeah, that's what I was
I've
thinking.
really considered a 720 just as like another car for fun and like low 200s and like something kind of different. But I'm like, do I really need 2 McLaren?
Here's the thing, though. What you have in the 620 and what the 765 is, as much as it may seem like you're talking about leaps and bounds, like the car itself.
Yeah.
You're in 2 different worlds, bro.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah, they're two
What
different
about
cars.
the
but-
675? I had a friend that just got the 675 and he's like, it's the greatest driving car ever and like all this stuff. And
Well, now I feel like you're too close to the 620.
interesting.
That's too close, yeah. Because even like time frame, that car's a little dated. It might feel pretty crazy driving it, but like the 765 is the cracked. Okay, they know the 720 is a Rolls.
Yeah.
The 765 is the cracked version of the 720.
Yeah.
So like you have the cracked version of like the 600 base.
Yeah.
So now you're driving about this cracked version of the 720.
Yeah.
You would, I'm telling you, you would love it.
Those are like mid 4s though, right?
Low force.
Okay.
So that's what you were thinking.
Yeah. So again, 300K was where you're wanting it. Then it's hard to find a better car than the 3RS.
Yeah.
Then like I guess like a new GT3 would be.
That was
probably
the one thing I was thinking about. I was like, maybe I trade in for a new 3RS when the prices get
That
a
would be
little more
something,
realistic. I was like, maybe I'll trade it in and just get the new 3RS.
It's kind of gay, but I'll probably make fun of you a little bit. But
Yeah.
Because you don't really like the Huracan. Ferrari doesn't have anything in that range that's going to
Ferrari's
be
dog shit, dude.
anything
so over Ferrari
anything
shit.
that you want to do.
Sorry, we're sorry.
And then you've already got a McLaren, and then you're kind of out of options.
Well, it's quite surprising between me and my friends and stuff. Like, if you're in the like 250 and under range and you want like a supercar and like a dope car, there's really not that many options.
600 LT.
That's what he got.
That's what I
He
would
got a
get.
600 LT,
That's what I want,
and that's
as
like
everyone knows.
Yeah, there's not very many good options. You got like a 488, you like can get an older Huracan.
Dude, get a fucking 458 Spider and put a fucking exhaust on that car and take that to the canyons. You want to talk about
Is
knock your dick off?
458? I know 458 and 488 are very different, but is it really that different?
It's that different.
Bro,
It's so much
okay.
different. It's so much
Is
different.
Cam short for Cameron?
Yes.
Cameron, listen to this, okay? You're talking about fucking being different. You're talking about, you know that 9,000 red line on that German shitbox you have? Okay.
Yeah.
Now imagine putting a beautiful sounding Italian 4.5 flat plane crank and crank that bitch to 9,000 RPMs.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Now, I promise you, bro, Help me out. You like that? Give
I
me
love
some.
that car.
Give
I
me
love
some.
that car. That car's amazing. It's
If you want a
beautiful.
car, okay, now, dude, Cam,
The way it revs out, the way it sounds, the way the transmission feels, the way the steering wheel turns effortlessly. It's so light but so responsive and direct, and like
So you guys really love the 458.
Look at me right now. If you take one thing from this podcast, trade in that shitbox for a 458 Spider, I promise you'll come kiss my feet after that. Just go drive one.
driving the
I
458
want to drive one.
and
I'm
Angel's Crest
telling
was
you right
one
now,
of
it
the
is
best experiences
that
I've
car.
had.
If you're talking
Really?
about a perfect car for a switch up, that's it. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
You put it on.
You're
You,
welcome. That's it. Well, I'll let you take a month from now, however long it takes. You're welcome.
you set that thing up on a better suspension
I expected that.
and put an exhaust on it,
That's it. That's all.
and
That's all
take
I'm saying.
that thing to the canyons, and it's gonna be
It's
a glorious experience.
It's stupid, bro. The Spider though.
And you have a very safe, value-wise car.
That
Yeah,
car's
I-
only
I-
gonna
A
yeah.
trend
458
Yeah.
Spider is not
Well,
going
3RS is
down.
pretty safe value-wise as well, but
It's pretty, yeah. But in
400,
terms
you
of
might
getting
actually
rid of
come
it
up
for
on it.
something else,
You might come up on a 458.
yeah.
Depending on timing and stuff like
Yeah.
that and where you buy that
Yeah.
car, you might come up on it. Especially
Yeah.
you like to hold that shit for a while.
Yeah.
458 in 3 or 4 years, I can see that being up.
Yeah.
This is me. You've never driven one?
I don't think so.
It's a great
bro,
car.
It's Fox.
it's nothing
Okay.
like nothing like
Nothing
the
like the 488.
nothing like the 488.
No,
Interesting.
because the problem with the 488 is the turbos muffle the sound. So even with an exhaust, they're two different cars.
And the
it
turbo
has
lag.
The 488 has an exhaust and it's not that loud.
No.
That was everyone's
It's really
complaint
fast though.
when it
It's
came out.
really fast.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The 458 is not incredibly fast. It's kind of, again,
It's like a
what
3RS.
you just talked about the Porsche being, how you're like, kind of give it gas. It's not crazy. It handles really well. The 458 is that with better sounding and a little bit better feel because you're in a Ferrari at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the Spider is what's going to do it for you.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you, bro, you're
The Spider is nice.
You know what? You know what's kind of cool, but I don't think I would do it. But Boston just got it. Is the 599 or whatever?
The
The GTO.
Yeah, the older Ferrari.
Oh no, not a GTO.
It's
just
a
599
V12.
GTB.
It's the older of the F12.
Right.
Oh, you know what I really like is F12 too. I
F12's
think those
crazy.
are gangster.
Those are
I like the
gangster shit
F12
with,
too.
Again, straight pipe that thing.
Yeah.
That's like a fucking car.
Yeah.
The F12s are cool.
So that's what I was also thinking of trading the 3RS for is the F12.
There's certain
would be
angles on the
better.
F12 that I like more than the A12.
F12
Which is a
or
wild ass fucking
458.
take, by the way.
It just is
I'll
what
let you
it
sit
is.
there with that one. That's a wild
I
ass
kind of
take.
like the F12 maybe a little bit more than the 812.
I'm telling
I'm
you,
a
it's
little
not
bit
that
with
wild.
Both of you are full of shit. You know
I'm a little with him.
that? Both of you guys.
The
I can't
F12,
believe
the
you
F12
think
is sick.
F12
know.
or
It's
458.
got some
though?
sharper lines. That's all I'm gonna say.
it. All right, I won't get into that one because that one we can argue about that one for a while. 'Cause
The A12 is definitely more modern. You put them next to each other, you can tell the F12 is older, and that's the only knock on it. Is you look at it and you go, that one's definitely older than that one, but that one's design is better for the time than this one is. Is what I would say. The F12's design for the time was better than the A12 when it came out, and then it's just gotten even worse with the 12 cylindry.
yeah, that is the biggest piece of dog shit. It's worse than the
Have
Roman.
you guys seen it in
It's,
person?
it's like the Ferrari IKEA,
you?
IKEA Ferrari.
What does it
How's it
look
look in
like in
person?
It's whatever.
It's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's like an IKEA
it
Ferrari
looks
collab.
similar to the F80 that they just came out with too.
It's fuck guy.
The F80 though?
It's Lego Ferrari crap.
The
collab,
F-
dude, is what it is.
I kind of like the F80 though.
Oh, God, I'm
Ooh.
so over you right now, God.
Really?
Shit.
Have you seen it in person?
No.
I haven't either, but the videos look. It
Has
looks good
anybody
in
seen
the
this shit in
videos.
person?
It looks good. It looks good in videos. It should be a
do.
V12, I think.
Oh, the V6 is awful.
Not that I'm.
They put it in an SUV. They put in the Purissangue is sick. I think that's dope.
That car's
I
sick
will
as
be
fuck.
getting that whenever that's like realistic to get.
Right,
but
right. Well, whenever that's like not stupid.
Yeah.
I'll get
Yeah.
that as well.
I
It does
will
look a
be-
little too much like a Mazda,
I think it's dope.
but
I
it's-
saw it.
it's a
I saw that
sick
and
idea.
the 12 cylindry at Goodwood. Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh,
sick.
you're a Goodwood.
Yeah, Goodwood was cool.
Was it like really cool?
Not like fly to London cool.
Okay, because I've always wanted to go.
But it was definitely very cool.
Okay.
It was cool, but have you guys heard of Velocity Invitational?
Yeah.
It was
It's fucking it was like not fuel thing, but they had it was like just
it was
a
at
couple weeks ago,
Sonoma.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, at Sonoma just a few weeks, like a month ago. That's just as cool, to be honest. This year, not as great. The year before that, though, they had McLaren and they had all their old F1 cars, and like
That's
there
sick.
you can just with like a media pass or whatever, you can stand next to the car, you know, like on the track. It's pretty sweet. And that was like, that's the coolest US event I've been to.
Yeah.
Goodwood is sick. They're just super strict. It's hard to like get around. You got to finagle and like finesse a lot.
That's in UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you're pretty good at.
And those people are bad.
Finagling and
Yeah.
finessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr.
I can,
Sneaking and fucking.
I can finesse a little bit, but I prefer not to. I'd rather
Yeah, of
just
course.
like actually be there.
You're
you know what I
over
mean?
those days. You've gone past those.
I'm
finessing
trying to
days.
be. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to have to like sneak in. And
It's
worry
also
about
always
crap.
better to just go, here's my pass.
Yeah.
Than have to be like, hey, so
I'm
Yeah.
Ken Casey.
what
Please.
can I come up with today?
Yeah, exactly. So.
All
that's where
right.
I'm at with that.
We can go into the guest questions, which is how we end every show. Everyone
Okay.
gets the same questions.
Okay.
And question number 1 for you tonight, Cam Casey, is what is the most overrated car?
Ooh. I think the Aventador.
The Aventador.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, why did I crack you up so much?
Because I looked right at you.
Why
I
do you think
think
it's
the
overrated?
Aventador. I think the quality of the driving experience and the quality of the car is not all it's made out to be. I think they're really expensive. I think they're really overhyped online, and I think they look good and they sound good, but that's kind of it. And I think
But that's kind of an important thing.
yes, but I think the driving experiences trumps that by far. Maybe I'll change my mind
Wait
when I
till you
get.
drive my shit.
Have you driven an Aventador that really just screamed?
I can
No,
show
but
you-
I spent a lot of time in an Aventador S, and I've driven that before, and I
And
did not
it didn't
enjoy
have
it.
an exhaust.
It did.
It did have
What
an
kind of
exhaust.
Tune?
I don't remember, but
I'll tell you what. Drive my car. I do have this opinion currently, and it's a great opinion because you're partially very fucking right.
Yeah.
Sound and presence is really all it has.
Yeah.
Drive my car, and we'll report back on this.
When it's got a proper, just, who gives an F on what this car sounds like? I don't care what anyone thinks or who I annoy. It's crazy.
I can show you a video of him driving it for the first time, and it's literally like him nutting for the first time. I promise you, it's
It's like nothing
Wow.
else.
I'm
It's like
curious,
nothing
what
else.
popular answers do you guys get for that?
most overrated.
Yeah.
Fucking GT3RS.
It
Really?
used to, and I would say that it used to be.
It used to be every time.
It used to be
But
every t-
somehow it got that
It did have
people
a lot of
saying
hype,
it got
though.
overrated. People saying it. So
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
it.
it's not that bad.
It is a TikTok kind of car a little bit.
When we first started asking the question, those cars were 550. They just came out, and it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's why.
so everyone
Yeah.
was like the 3RS. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy that people are spending that much, and like that was the answer over and over and over again. As we've gotten further away from that, it's gotten more diverse.
You know what's
So-
kind of creeping up?
I think you're the third Aventador.
Yeah, SVJ is kind of getting there.
I was gonna say that,
Yeah.
but I was like, it's still such
I
a
might
sick
get
car.
one, so I don't want to say
It is sick. It is sick.
I promise you, bro. You're very much right about the car. Like it's the single clutch is shit. So like the driving experience, it's not a handling car. It's for what you like. It's dog shit.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk about experience,
You know, the Aventador has some. The SVJ's got some track times.
experience.
and I'm not saying it's terrible. But I'm saying like for what he wants, it's not the ideal car.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, have this opinion. I agree with you. Drive my shit. Have the second opinion.
We'll see.
Deal?
Yeah.
It's
We'll see.
It's wild. It sounds
I'm
so
sure it is.
insane, and
I've
it's just
heard it.
cracking
We'll do a
behind
trade.
you.
I'll drive the 620. You drive the events for.
Sure.
Deal?
That's fine.
Yeah, you've heard it, but it's different when you're driving it and you're controlling the sounds that are coming from the car.
No, yeah, that's fun.
It's stupid.
Oh, we're gonna record a reel of his fucking driving this shit. I can't wait for you to drive it. I can't.
We're just gonna get nothing from him. No, he's media trained. It's gonna be wild.
He's letting me rip into the gears like. I'll get screaming V12 in his ears. Yeah, this doesn't faze me. What is the most underrated car?
I thought that was gonna come. This is a stupid answer, but I think the Miata. That's a great car.
Best answer.
That's my
That's the
favorite
answer.
car. That's seriously my favorite car to drive. The
Why?
Isn't that
manual.
Austin's favorite car?
The manual.
You and Austin really get along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, A from B, you guys are like
We
two peas-
are.
two
Yeah.
peas in a pod. I can see
Yeah,
it.
it's so fun to drive. Like my two friends also have Miatas. I hit them on the road for fun. Like it's It handles so well.
You guys are playing bumper cars.
That's the wildest thing I've heard, I think.
It handles so well. I slam on the brakes and skid in the ABS. Like, and in the canyons, it's great. You can floor it and be balls to the wall in the car, and you're going 45 miles an hour. The top goes down. You can just turn the music up and not have a care in the world. It's more fun, oftentimes, than the supercars.
You know why it's more fun? And I'm gonna put a halt in your fun right now. You know why? Somebody who buys that car, that's their car, they can't drive it the way you drive it. But for you, that car is like I could roll this fucking car right now, and I do not give a shit.
Yeah.
So like you can drive
I run it into trash cans.
Yes, like you can drive that car nobody drives a car like that. Like you can play bumper cars with this shit. So like obviously that shit sounds blatantly fun. Like if I could pull
we
in
gotta
here,
get some Miatas.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I could pull in here and just know that if I skid and hit the wall, I don't give a shit. Like that's super fun. I can agree with you on that.
We gotta
but it's
get
fun
Miatas.
because where
SCC
you've been able
Miatas.
to get to in life.
Yeah, I guess
So you have like a 20-year-old kid that's like the Miata is like his SVJ. He's not driving it like that. He's like, it's my Miata. You know what I mean? But for you, you're like, I literally will run this into a wall, and I'll go buy two more, and I'll go run two more into the wall.
Yeah.
So it's like a balance of how fun it is.
For anyone that has a little $5,000 of disposable income, I highly recommend.
Getting a bumper car.
And a place to store it.
Yeah, I just put it on the
Getting a
street.
bumper
But
car.
yeah,
How reliable is it? Does it break down a lot at all, or is it fucking?
you know what's crazy? And so mine has 150,000 miles. I spend more on that car maintaining it than I do on like the GT3 RS.
I was to say.
Because
drive it so
it's
much?
currently being fixed right now. I'm picking it up tomorrow, and I'll probably be like $500,000 for whatever they're doing, you know. Whereas that doesn't really happen on the other cars. I drive the Miata probably more, and more miles, and I drive it much harder. But
Just full red line all the time.
yeah, but that's how it is. But it literally probably in the last 12 months has cost me more than 3RS, not including like payments or stuff like that.
You might have sold me on a Miata.
I highly recommend. Highly recommend.
I just may have $5,000 worth of disposable
I'm
income.
down to get matching SCC Miatas. We'll rapid SCC and shit like that. We'll just play bumper cars anyway.
Yeah.
So pull up what our thing will be is that when the guest arrives, we'll just pull up and smack the car together.
Will Jace hook it up on those wraps too?
I think Jace will plug us. Don't worry. You got the last one?
Sure, we got the last one.
Yeah.
You've got an unlimited budget to build a 3-car garage.
Okay.
What are you taking? That's all you get too. 3 cars.
I
That's
only
it.
get 3 cars.
You only get 3.
Okay. So I have to have
What a
like
problem.
something
Something for
saleable.
whatever you
Exactly.
If you
Yeah,
want.
It has to fit fucking Cam Casey's lifestyle.
Yeah. Oh, that's difficult. And an unlimited budget?
Yeah.
Unlimited budget.
Because I've seen these videos and I always give my answer, but it's always like, well, if only 3 cars are in the garage, that's what the 3 cars would be. But if I could only have 3 cars,
Just 3 cars.
total. Gosh, daily I would probably do a Cullinan, and either be driven in or drive it, or a hot take is a Bentley, like a Continental GT. I think they're super underrated. They're old person cars, but they're really fast. They handle really well. I spent a lot of time in a Bentley. It's a lot of fun.
We've heard that.
But I'll still go with the Cullinan. And then I'll do a Yesco for sure. That's the ultimate.
Not shocked.
And then maybe a third. It would be another hypercar. Probably Bugatti Chiron Super Sport.
Super Sport
Yes.
over the Pure Sport.
Yes.
All right.
Why?
Why the Super Sport? I don't know. I just love the look of that, and that's always just kind of been like the one. And I have been in a Bugatti, but I have not spent a lot of time. But I hear they're very comfortable. They're very Bentley-ish.
Dinner car.
Yeah, a little more dinner car.
They fuck.
Yeah,
They
but the
fuck.
unfortunate thing is like if that was my 3-car garage, I'd be in the Cullinan 80% of the time, unfortunately.
It's not
That's
an
why I
unlimited
was
budget.
like-
It doesn't matter how many miles you stack on that.
I guess so.
Sheet
Bro, but
run.
imagine a Raising Cane's running the Yesco.
Yeah.
Why Raising Canes?
I don't know. He gives me Raising Cane vibes somewhere.
You know I'm on the health grind.
Yeah, dude, he's going to
He said late night dinner spot.
He's going to
though.
California Chicken Cafe.
Where the fuck is he going? Where was that? I've never heard of that one. I'm not letting you sneak that one by me on that one.
Din Tai Fung chocolate dumplings.
He said he's like, I go to a late night dinner spot and I take the cool routes. Where's the late night dinner spot?
Oh, I go to like boba places or like In and Out or something like that.
Okay, imagine the In-N-Out run and a fucking Yesco.
Yeah, that'd be lit.
You're talking going to the Sherman Oaks In and Out.
Yeah, sometimes that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes that one.
Some shady stuff
I
going
go
on
to
there
the
on that
UCLA
corner.
In and Out a lot. I like that one.
I've seen someone try to stab someone else right there on the sidewalk
I bet
near the
you
bus
have.
stop. Yeah.
I bet you have.
But I've waited in that line many a times.
Yeah. Oh, I don't ever wait in the line.
You go inside.
Yeah, every time.
You don't just like go up and then cut someone off where the cones are split.
No.
I've had someone do that to me. It
Yeah.
really hurt.
I'm
Yeah,
that
I
kind of
bet.
person that would do that.
What?
I'm that kind of person.
I'm very much a cutter in just like general traffic, but like in a drive-through line, I'm not.
Yeah, it's messed up. He would do it.
I would. I would look at the person.
In
as
the
I do
Aventador
it.
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
the
I would look at them
ultimate.
as I do it, and I'm just like,
Show them your watch too.
100%. I'm like, come and get me.
Smile those pearly teeth.
That's true. It's a
So
trifecta.
all those cars would be white with dripped red interior.
Yeah, white, red, and black.
Alcantara, red headliner, red
Yeah.
dash,
Yeah,
red seats.
Yeah, maybe not fully like gutted red, but they would definitely be red inside accent stuff.
Yeah.
White, red, and black.
I love the full gutted.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
It's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's more than cool. It's beautiful.
I feel like it would give me a headache inside.
want
if
a
you had
car
that in
for-
all your cars, maybe so. Like the Cullinan might need a black
a
dash.
fucking Performante for this kid.
He doesn't like Huracans.
Dude, you want to talk about okay?
He would have more fun in an STO though than a
He
Huracan.
would, but he likes interior. That car, this is a hot take. The best interior under a hypercar, like anything under a hypercar, the number one interior is a Huracan Performante.
So it's like 300, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind a Performante.
The interior of the Performante
I don't
is,
mind an STO, but like basic Huracan Evo, I would rather have a lot of things in that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand 100%. Bro,
the perf
have you
interior
seen
is
the
gorgeous.
interior on a Performante?
Yeah.
Bro, forged. It's all forged
I don't
carbon.
like really pay
Alcantara.
attention to it, but yeah, I know what you're talking
Next
about.
time you get a chance, just like pay attention to it one time, and it'll like we got an opportunity to drive.
It's got to have
one.
all the laser cuts too, though.
Yeah, bro. Like we got an opportunity to drive one, and we were sitting in it together. And we were gonna pull to a red light, and like we both paused and kind of like looked at each other for a quick second. We are like looking around, and like he looked at me, I looked at him, and I go, "Are you realizing what I'm realizing right now?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "This is the fucking nicest interior I've ever seen in my car."
We're both Alcantara whores too.
Yeah,
though.
that's true. Yeah,
So
Alcantara,
everything's
yeah.
just Alcantara.
You guys would like my
everything's
620.
Alcantara.
It's all Alcantara.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in the
Don't
detail.
worry.
The-
Once I
yeah.
get the Aventador back, like very soon, when you're driving that car and I'm
Yeah,
driving
I'm
the
down.
620.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool.
Yep,
Someone find me an SV, please.
I'll drive them both too.
Well, what
Yeah,
SV?
he's coming. He's driving.
So, yeah, that's all we got. Thanks for coming down to Glendale and meeting up
Yeah, of course.
and shooting a podcast with us.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was
I
fun.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Plug
Talking
your
cars,
socials.
real estate,
Yeah. Cam Casey. Anywhere.
anywhere.
Cam Casey. CAMCASCY.
Easy to find. You'll know when you see him.
Yes.
We're Supercar Connection. We're out.